And of course, I'm just loaded up Friday because Friday was an interesting day anyway. Oh, Mark, whenever you get some free time, um, I like to go over the leads boost, creating funnels.
Okay. Um,
Um, have you looked in leads boost as far as creating the funnels?
Not yet, but I've done it. Let me see. What did I do it last week? I did it on Tuesday. I looked into it a little bit, you know what I mean? Then I went had to go to
Okay,
work.
so on here, where's it at? Marketing,
Hey
is it
everybody.
marketing or sites? I think it's sites. Okay, so on here, on the sites right here, where it says affiliate funnel,
Yeah.
right? You can hit this button right here and just go to clone the funnel, and that way you can use this funnel and add Mrs. M has the journal.
Yeah.
You could create her funnel with her affiliate link, and you can add her journal as like a freebie. Or you can add it as an add-on. So when if she has someone that's interested in buying a course, you can
Hmm.
have her funnel link or affiliate link sent to them, and then after they click on the purchase of the course, it can add like, okay, for extra $20, here's a a a, a, a book, you know what I'm saying, for the journaling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you could go in there and just do, literally you could just duplicate this same exact funnel. Just go to clone, and then with the clone you can create that one and connect her affiliate link to it.
Okay. That's
So the affiliate link from the course, connect that with that, and then put in and
And
then
then
link
add
it.
another page in there because like on mine, I meant to show you this before. So like on mine, when I have the copy, you could just click on it and it'll show you landing page, checkout, order confirmation. You'll just add another page, add new step.
Okay.
should we do
So
that
you do
for
landing page, check a new step, and then checkout, or checkout and then new step right before the order confirmation.
Okay.
okay.
So,
Should we do that
just another
for all
thing
affiliates?
that I figured out because I had someone do this for me, and I'm just now going over it. She created all this stuff.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna look at that today after class.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it
So this
sounds
is,
has a bit of an echo.
oh, it is. I'm not sure what it is then. Oh, I'll check. There's these settings. Is it still there?
That sounds really good.
Okay.
It went away.
All right. And that also works well with any student that is interested in, hold on, was it confirm? Okay, confirm whatever. Any student that is interested in having a affiliate link, all the students can be affiliates as well. That way, like if you have someone that wants to learn how to trade, you could send them your affiliate code and you'll get 20% of that sale. As I say, my goal is not to just teach you how to make money trading, but just making money in general. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be selling the course, becoming an affiliate for TikTok, Amazon, there's so many ways that you can get in here and get a little bag anytime you want, really. All right, let's see. All right, right now, once again, I loaded up Friday for those that just got in here. This Friday was pretty fun. A little slow, but once it started picking up, it started picking up. Right now I have it set for 8:30 in the morning. That was and I did 8:31 because that was after that 8:30 news that made the market go crazy. Did not enjoy that, but you know, we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun on Friday. Everybody was chilling, hanging out. I liked it.
Yeah.
Got some trades in. It was cool.
Yeah, and that was the goal anyway for so you know that way you got the Saturday practice, but then during the week is like okay, what do I do during the week? I know we practice, but you know to see how someone actually trades throughout the week, you know that was the purpose, you know, so you can see like the patience, you know, wait for an opportunity, don't just jump in because the market is moving. Hold on, my dog is barking for no reason. I don't know if y'all can hear the dog barking, but he be getting on my nerves. And GC was going crazy with that 8:30 news. Once GC started going up, I don't remember it coming back down. But we didn't really trade a lot of GC Friday. We was mostly on NQ. And normally I do switch back and forth, but you know, I just didn't do that much Friday. And I also loaded up MNQ so that you guys can see that there is a difference as far as the pricing and everything as well.
You ain't do a lot Friday because you was getting all that money.
We're trading on NQ.
What's up, brother?
What's going on? And that's the thing. Like it's good to know more than one market, but if you're doing good with one market, you don't necessarily have to check all the other ones out. You know, there's plenty of days where I only trade gold or I might only trade NQ. The only time I switch between the two is if one is not producing like I want, then I'll go to the other one like, well, this one is moving and grooving, so I'll stay over here, you know? But if it's just me trading where, you know, I'm not having a class or I'm not in someone else's Zoom, I'll literally have a chart on every one of my screens. I'll have gold up here, NQ over here, MNQ here, you know what I'm saying? And I will literally be trading all of the screens. It's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? But if I'm in a class setting or in someone else's Zoom, I'll just focus on like one or two charts. And once again, this is that 8:30 craziness that happened with that news. And when you're practicing, still you can check the news when you're practicing. So if you wanted to practice last Friday or last Thursday, you can pull up Forex Factory and look at what happened on that date. You just click the button right here and you could choose a date to look at what the news was on that day. You know, apply settings and it'll show you what happened on the 7th. So when you're practicing, you still want to look at what news happened that day because it's going to throw your practice off. You know, if you're practicing for Wednesday and you didn't know that there was news at 10 o'clock, you're going to be practicing and it's going to mess up your practice. So you can still look at past days and see what happened on that day when you're practicing. Yeah.
Part of your research.
What's that?
I said that's a part of your research, should be a part of your check marks.
Yep. That's part of the check every time. You know, is to look at the news before
Order
you even
submitted.
trade. Look at the news.
Order filled.
I just wanted to see something because it was divergence right here, and I wanted to see if you could take a trade at the same divergence as the last candle. But you see, the next candle opened up and it popped up divergence again. So I was like, oh, okay. They're like I literally used practice to test out stuff that I would normally not do in the live market. Like in a live market, I would not have taken that trade at the previous divergence. But in practice, I'll do it to see if it works. And if it works, I'll write down, all right, I took a trade at the previous spot of divergence, and this what happened. I lost money, or it went against me $150 before it turned around and made me some money. Like, I would journal that. Sometimes my journals be damn near a paragraph, because I want to write out exactly what happened and why it happened, or why I think it happened. You know, and then also when you do practice, your time in sales shows what happened on that day as well. So this is literally what practice is for, so that you can see everything that's happening that you might not have seen Friday. You might not have noticed that Friday, that time in sales was moving around the same time. So use the time of practice to pull up those things. You know, I just took that trade because I was like, I wonder what would happen if I took a trade at the previous divergence level. Another divergence popped up on the very next candle, and it's still going down. You know, and you know, I looked at time and says, and you could pause it. You could pause, like I'm gonna pause right here, and you could go back and look what happened last time the market was at right here. You go to the back, and when you go in the past, and you could really see what happened. Yeah, go get one, buddy.
Hey, Coach, can I make a request?
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe not today, but sometime in the future, like a future Saturday training. Maybe we could, some of the students can point out trades and explain why we see it there, and you can like offer some feedback on that.
Yeah, of course. Well, and also that's on when we trade 3 days a week, you can also do it there as well. Like, hey, I'm looking at this level. What do you think? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we could do that too. Like, and that's what the live trade is for too. So you could ask before you take a trade, like, hey, I'm looking at this level. What do you think?
Okay, so I like that.
Yeah, that's a great question, and we definitely do that all day long.
Yeah, I don't mind at all. Yeah, I don't mind at all doing stuff like that.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have a recommendation for studying on Saturdays? Because, you know, sometimes it can get a little bit confusing because it's so much information. And if I'm not there on that level where everyone else is, but I still want to learn, it kind of make you feel a little suppressed. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, yeah, I mean, all the Saturday sessions are recorded. You could go over some of the older sessions. Also, like what I'm doing right now, you can load up any day in the past and practice that day as well. And like all the videos that are recorded, I always tell you what day I'm practicing, and it's normally the Friday before that Saturday. Okay. So you can load up that Friday and you can just watch the videos along with it. That's one way to do it. Another way, as I said, is just being there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when I trade live. That way you can see exactly what I'm looking at. Because before I take a trade, I normally call out what I'm looking at. Like, okay, it's moving close to this level. Watch out for the market structure. You got 3 candles moving up. Don't just jump in. Wait to see if it bounces a little bit before you jump in the trade. Or I would wait for it to go up, and then on the way down, I would jump in. Like I literally coach you before you even jump into a trade.
Thank you.
So yeah, it's just the process of looking at this chart as much as you can, and that's what I started doing. You have that too, buddy.
What is your ATM strategy on this on NQ for Friday?
I use so many different ATM strategies. So the ATM strategy that I suggest is one that you like to get a target for. So if you don't know what your average per trade is, I would say have an ATM strategy of $50 to $100 target. Once you find out what your average per trade is, your ATM strategy should be what that average is. So if you average 450 on most of your trades, then you could put your target to the max of 450. Because if your average per trade is 450, don't try to make more than 450 until you prove to yourself that you can make more than 450 per trade.
I think my problem is I'm just making $50, so I can't really get an average. So do I need to take that target out to see what I'm actually making?
Oh yeah. So I actually have a strategy that I go over for that. I literally call it average. So this is how you find your average. All right, with this ATM strategy, you want to put your stop loss at a decent amount, something that you would normally use it at. So 35 ticks, and to judge that, this is how you do it. So it's $5 per tick. So 35 times 5. So you're risking $175. If that's what you normally risk when you trade, keep your average just the way it is. Don't put that on 80, 90 ticks because it won't be accurate. Put it on a stop loss that you know you will trade with. Put your profit at 0, right? Because when you're trying to find your average per trade, we're not looking at a target. We don't want to get out at 200. We want to take at least 10 trades. It don't have to be 10 trades the same day. You can do 2 trades every day. 2 today, 2 tomorrow. You can even load up a day and take 2, 3 trades. But make sure they're educated trades, meaning you're trying to make money. It's either a triple threat, a gap strategy, divergence. Take a trade based off of something that you would normally trade to make money. Right?
On those 10 trades, on those 10 trades, do they all have to be positive or it doesn't matter?
No, the goal is to find your average. So what you're doing is taking an educated trade that you would normally try to make money. But instead of getting out the trade at $200, just let it run. That's why you have your profit at 0, because it will be no target. It'll be a stop loss because you don't want to lose too much, but you want to see if I take an educated trade 10 times, what is my average? How much money will it make on average? So you just take the trade and you just sit in the trade until it turns around and knocks you out at -175. And you write down trade number 1 made 600 before it turned around and knocked me out. Trade number 2 made 450 before it knocked me out. Trade number 3 made no money. It immediately went against me and knocked me out the trade. And you want to add all 10 up, even the one that's 0. Add them all, and if it goes -175 and didn't make any money, you put -175, deduct 175 from it. You add them all up and divide it by 10, and that will be your average. So if you add them all up and divide it by 10, you notice your average might be 380. So you know if you take an educated trade, more than likely you're going to get at least 380. That don't mean you have to target 380 every day, but at least you know what your average is. Because I don't mind trying to make 380 if I know I'm only risking 175. That's a pretty good average. And you could put it at if your average is 380, you could put it at 380 or anything less. Don't put your target more than 380. Your average is 380, so you need to try to get your average or below.
Thank you.
But the safe route, most levels that I teach is going to get you $50 to $100. You know what I'm saying? But your entry, practicing your entry on those levels is what tells you, and your confidence knowing that, hey, every time I've taken 10 trades and 7 out of 10 made 350. That's pretty good to know. You know what I'm saying? So it gives you that confidence to sit in the trade just a little bit longer and try to get more than 50 to 100 because now you know what your average is. And once you find your average, all you do is say, okay, my average is 350. 350 divided by $5 is 70 ticks. Boom, put that 70. 70 or less. Don't try to make more than your average. Put that on, if your average is 350, you're gonna put that target at 70 or less. Because if you know you can get 350, you're like, you know what? I'll just put it at 50. I don't want to keep trying to get 350 every trade. Just give me 50. You know what I'm saying? That's 50 ticks times $5. We got 250. So now you know your average is 350. You just say, you know what? Just give me 250 per trade then. I'll be cool with that because you know your average is higher than that. So it just gives you that confidence to know that you can sit in a trade a little bit longer because you know you can make more than $100. Because confidence is a lot of what the market is about. Even with me, I know my average is more than 250, but guess what? I just felt as though 250 is cool with me. So most of the time when I take a trade, I get my 250 and I go to another account.
So, Sensei, on doing that, me particularly, it's hard for me to get into that trade the way you do it. I've been using a resting order. Can I still do it that way for the 10 trades?
Yeah, because you're still taking an educated trade. You're still putting a resting order at an area that you feel as though is a good area to take a trade based on what you learned. But I'm gonna show you something. This is one thing that I showed my sister. So when you do a resting order, say you want to sell, say, hey, the market gets to a certain level, I want to sell it. What I do, I put a resting order far up. I will click on that resting order and I will hover over where I want to take a trade at, right? So say I'm gonna hit play on the market. While the market is moving, I'll say, look, if it come back here, I want to take a trade. And I will wait for it. I was like, okay. And I will sit I'll sit anywhere near there. And when it gets to that level, I'll just drop it.
Order filled.
You know what I'm saying? I'll just drop it there. It's still a resting order, but your resting order was way up here. You're just moving it up and dropping it down in a place that you feel comfortable. And it's a lot faster sometimes than hitting buy or sell. Because sometimes you'll click buy or sell and it'll put you in a trade somewhere that you ain't want to be at. See what I'm saying? So if I would have just be like, I want to sell the market,
order filled,
it'll put you at somewhere different. You know what I'm saying? But if you want, you can just go to sell order,
submitted,
hover over it, and just drop it down wherever you want to drop it at. That's another fast way of working on your entries.
Order filled.
If that makes sense.
What did you click again? You clicked the buy ask?
Yeah, I just right click and hit sell limit because I want to sell the market. But I clicked on the sell flag and I just hovered over the spot where I wanted to get into the trade. So I'm like, if it comes up to here, I'm gonna jump in and just drop it down.
Filled.
Okay, great, thank you.
That's how you perfect your entry a little bit better too.
Yes, because sometimes I think I'm getting in at one spot when I just hit buy, and I'm like, that's not where I clicked.
Yeah, it'll put you in at a little bit different than where you want it sometimes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so that's I put a resting order and I'll just hover over and just wait. And when it gets to my level, I'll just click a button on the mouse. And it's normally a lot faster because it's putting you in right there where you dropped it at instead of where they think you should be.
Is that why you do a limit order instead of like a market order?
Well, yeah. Because I mean, even if I did a stop market, even if I did stop market, I could still click on it and just wait for it to get there and just drop it down wherever I want to drop it at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a way for you to enter the trade a lot faster.
So it doesn't matter if I do limit or market.
Order canceled.
Yeah, it don't matter if you do limit order or whatever, because all you're doing is hovering and waiting to drop it down where you want to put it at.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just use sell limit because I want to sell as soon as it touches it. So a buy stop, when it touches it, it's gonna put you into a buy instead of a sell. But you can do that too. You can put buy market and you could just hover and say if it closes above this right here, I want to buy it. So as soon as the market gets there, you can just drop it down and it'll put you into an actual buy instead of a sell.
Order canceled.
Hey, well, I got a question.
Go ahead.
So on your 4 hour, when you're doing the charting you're trying to market your 4 hours and 1 hour, are you just looking for triple threat? Are you looking for highs and lows or just triple threat? Because on the video you have for training, it was the first you did the day, the high and low, and then you went to the 4 hour, but you saw triple threats, you mark those. But if you don't see those, what do you mark it?
Yeah, I mark on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, I mark all my levels. I mark my triple threats if I see them. I mark any kind of gaps that I see, I mark those as well. I also like to mark my swing high and swing low on the 4 hour and the 1 hour.
Oh, okay, that makes
swing
sense.
high and swing lows. So these little blue lines right here on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, I will mark those. Like I wouldn't mark this one back here because as you see, it's already been played. But the ones that haven't been played yet, I'll mark that one. Because you see this one is sitting right on top of the central pivot.
Yeah.
So, but that's a 5 minute, so that just confirms the central pivot. So on a 5 minute swing high and swing lows, I would take them if they confirm another level. So since that one is sitting right on the central P, I would trade from that.
Got it. And with Bullock, 50K. So the drawdown when you do your I guess when you buy in, what do you set your stop loss at on the Bullock's account when it's like a challenge, trying to pass it?
Well, your stop loss is still based on your entry, right? So my stop losses are a little farther back. Hold on. My stop losses are a little farther back because I have more of a cushion in my account. So I could put my stop loss at 60 or 75 because I have enough cushion to take that hit. You don't want to put your stop loss too far back, especially you definitely don't want to risk more than 10% of what your max amount is. So on a 50K account, you really only have 3,000. So you don't want to put your stop loss past $300.
Got it.
But as you get that 50K account to 60K and 70K, you can move that stop loss a little farther back so you give yourself a little more wiggle room.
Got it.
And you'll realize you'll start making more money because you can move your stop loss farther back. You just don't want to move it farther back if you ain't got that kind of money to take that hit.
Oh, to let it reverse back up if it goes down or whatever.
Yeah. You want to be able to have an account size to take the heat.
Yeah, I like the end of day, man. End of day, at least it goes back. If it goes down, it goes back up. You're good, So.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, and that's why I don't really pay attention if it's like intraday or end of day because I never let mine go that far away.
Exactly.
The way I trade, it fits any prop firm. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what prop firm I'm doing, I always keep mine below 30%. No, I don't care if it's 30%, 40, or 50% consistency. My target is 250. That's always going to be within that time, that 30, 40%. Also, I keep my stop loss at a percentage of base, so less than 10% of what I actually have to risk. So if I have 3,000, I'm not going to risk $500 if my total amount is 3,000. The most I risk on a 50K account is $300. If I lose 300, I'm probably not. Most likely, I'm not taking another trade.
That makes sense. And
if you look at the Discord, all the times that I post my results, you'll notice my losses are never huge. My losses are never $500, $600, $700 unless it was a bigger account that lost that.
Yeah, and you have that wiggle room anyway.
Exactly. Because if you want to be able to take two good trades, you don't want to risk $300 per trade. You want to risk, like I said, 175. That way, if you lose 175, you have enough room to take another trade. Like, all right, let me get one more trade. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you lose that 175 on that one, now you done broke that 300. Stop.
Yep.
But by putting it at 175, which is 35 ticks, you give yourself a chance to at least take one more trade if you take a bad trade.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. For sure.
Yeah. But this whole game is just being able to be patient. But that's also why I loaded micros over here. Because if you're trading micros, right? Say you have one micro. This is one of the things that I did as well, right? On micros, I will move that to 100 ticks, right? And I would literally just sell the market.
Order filled.
And I would just let it run on micro. One contract on micros, I would literally just let it run the whole day. Even if you did it on a simulation, I would just take a trade at a good level. I would put it at, because 100 ticks on micros, that's $50.
Yeah.
You're risking $50. But when you're trading micros, you're not worried about how much money you make. You're focusing on how many ticks. So if I know I can trade one micro and I make 80 ticks every time I take a trade, I'll feel more confident doing minis trying to get 80 ticks. Because you can see, okay, if I lose 100 ticks, yeah, it's only $100 in micros. I mean, $50 in micros, but in minis, that's way more.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
sure.
So keep track of how many ticks it goes against you and how many ticks it makes you. You know what I'm saying? And what I noticed by putting this at 100 ticks, almost no matter what level I get into, it very rarely goes negative 100 before it makes me at least 50 ticks.
That makes sense.
But
yeah, because
but
with
that's
having those 5 funded accounts or 3 funded accounts, you're making, like you said, 250 each, man. You're making a killing every day.
Yeah. Yeah, and by trading micros, it also gives you that confidence. Hold on. My dog is getting my nerves. Hold on. Keep the front door closed so Hannibal don't see people outside. Yeah, my bad. He sees any kind of mail truck or Amazon, he think he a pit bull.
All right, Coach, I got 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
One is kind of a review over levels. When you talk about when a level has been played, are you saying that the market closed over the level, or the wick is in that level, touched crossing that level?
The wick touched it. So like this overnight,
it.
This right here is an overnight high, even though it's not the overnight yet, because I think it's only at 847 right now. But this is the overnight high. If it was after 9:30 and I seen the market already touched it, went above it, came back down, even if it didn't close above it, I would still use that level for that day. Okay. You can still trade that level that day. But after today, yeah. Even if it was say it was a triple threat or a gap. If it already played that level for that day, I won't trade it the next day.
Okay, so what about for a 1 hour, 4 hour?
Same thing. Same thing. They're good for the day. So even if it touches it, go above it. If it goes above it and close, remember that is if it was once support, if it closes on the other side, is now resistance. If it was resistance and closed on the other side, is now support. So you could trade that same level all day. It's just once the next day comes, I no longer use it.
Okay, so the next question.
Rechart.
Yeah. Delete it and just rechart. Because like this yellow line right here, has not been used yet, right? Okay. So even if we look in the past, we see it was created way back here, and it hasn't been touched yet. So even if 2-3 days from now goes by, if it hasn't been touched yet, I will keep that level there. But the moment it touches it, bounces up, go above, go below, and then the next day comes, I'm removing it.
Gotcha. Okay. So
the same day you're good.
My next question is about the VWAP. So that thick yellow line is a strong level.
Yes.
And I think I was looking at this yesterday, because when it comes close, you can see where the market is playing off of it, like doing it bounces. I'm trying to figure out the best way to phrase the question. So like when you see that it keeps going down closer and closer to the level, but still keeps closing above it, when do I start to look at that as when I look at it as it being a lot more risky to trade on it versus
I see what you mean. As far as like when do you not take that trade anymore?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how I look at it, right? Like you see right here, back here. Hold on, let me move it up so you can see it better. This is a 5 minute. So right here, you see how it closed above it?
Yeah.
It never came back down, right? Until it got to here. It pretty much came back down to it right here, right?
And it had a big bounce.
Yeah, a huge bounce, right? If it came back down here again, I would take it again. Now, if it taps here within like, say it tapped it every 5 minute candle kept tapping that level, I will only take it like maybe 2 times, and then I will wait for a closure on the other side.
Okay.
Because this level right here is still good as long as the market touches it, bounce a good distance up and closes. Come back down, tap it, goes up a good distance, closes. It's still good. But if it taps it, close, taps it, and taps it like 3 candles in a row, I'm like, all right, I'll take the first 2, but this third one and fourth one, I'm a chill.
Yeah.
because I want to see if it closed on the other side. Then I would sell.
So then combining that with like market structure, if there's like a steady downward trend that looks like in a couple levels, it could close it. Am I starting to look instead of what is it? Look at it to switch to resistance.
Yeah, if it close, yeah. So if it taps it more than 2 times, and when I say in a row, I mean 2 to 3 5-minute candles. If candle number 1 tap it, 5 minutes later it taps it again, and then 10 minutes later it taps it again, I'm only taking the first 2 bounces. That third bounce, I'm not messing with it, and I will wait for one of them to close on the other side. Sometimes they may never close on the other side. They might, like matter of fact, I think today was one of those days where it just kept tapping that line and would not close on the other side. Oh well, I got 2 good trades off of it. I don't care. I'm not going to keep taking that level because every time it taps it, it does get weaker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not going to mess with it too many times. If it taps it 2 times within the first 2 candles, 2 5-minute candles, or 10 minutes, okay, I'll take the bounce twice. But that third bounce, I don't care what it does. I'm not taking it.
And I think the other part of the VWAP, those thinner lines.
Yeah. The EMAs.
Yeah. How do you determine like the strength of those?
Okay, so like you see how this, I like when it crosses, right? So a lot of times I would take the EMA. You can take these EMAs by themselves, right? They work by themselves as well, but they work even better like if they're lined up with something else. If they're lined up with something else, like a 5-minute swing high, swing low, if it's lined up with the central pivot, you know, or the S1 pivot, if they're lined up with something else, it's just more likely to work. Gotcha. But like if like this one right here is nothing really going on in this one right here, right? But you look left and you say, oh, look at that, a swing low that hasn't been touched yet on the 5-minute. If it lines up with that, I'm gonna take this. I just like for the little white lines and dashes, I like for them to match up with something before I jump in.
Yeah, because I was looking at that during our training yesterday, and there was a point. I think it's coming up because I'm a couple minutes ahead of you on mine. There's a point where it just drives straight through that.
Straight through one of the white lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they're not around something that's also backing up, like it's just like having security with you. You know what I'm saying? If you by yourself and the market structures is moving fast towards you, you're not about to fight all them people coming at you.
Right.
That's how I look at it. When you see you see 4 or 5 candles, 4 or 5 green candles going up, I'm not about to take them on by myself. Meaning, there's only one level there, one reason to take a trade. I like to see, okay, I have. Like, so for example, this one right here, this bounce that bounced all the way up. Look at how much stuff is happening around this area. You got a swing low on a 5-minute, you got a central pivot, and you got the VWAP all sitting right there.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got some homeboys, you got some cousins, some brothers right there with you. Like, okay, I got my cousin over here, got my older brother right here. Hey, come on with it. But if it was just you by yourself, I'm not taking that. I'm not about to catch that falling knife. Now, certain levels you can take by themselves, like the LIS. I've taken the LIS by myself. I've taken triple threats by myself.
I think the LIS was very strong yesterday.
Yeah, like certain levels, like LIS, the triple threat, gap bounces, the central pivots. I've taken those by myself because it's like a bunch of kids running at you about to fight. Like, I'm not scared of 5-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm much bigger than them. I'm a 4-hour, you know what I'm saying? A 4-hour triple threat. I'm not worried about no 5-minute levels coming at me. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm a EMA on the VWAP, I'm not trying to take on all those people running at me. A 5-minute on a VWAP is not that strong as a 4-hour triple threat. So you have to know the strength of your levels as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when I jumped out, I made a couple of like really good trades on some strong levels, and I was just like, I think that's good. And also with your price predictor, like that was really good.
Oh, well,
that was
price
really
predictor.
Good help. Yeah.
Yeah, see, and that's why I like price predictor, because with price predictor, no matter what trade you're looking at, it's almost like it's gonna give you confirmation whether it's one reason or 20 reasons already sitting there. It's like, oh, that says 78% chance of a short, and I see a level that I marked off or a level that an indicator popped up at. It's like, and that's telling me to take a short, and this level is telling me to take a short. Even if it is by itself, you have a percentage over there that gives you a little confidence.
Yeah.
You know, but then there's times where that price predictor will say 80% chance of a short, but it's still going up. Why is that? That's when you have things like time and sales. You have market structure, like all these red, green candles going up. I don't care what the price percentage tell me. If I see all these green going up, I'm not taking a short. You know, I need something else, like a level or a closure of a red candle that says it's going another direction, or divergence. I need something else outside of just
like getting
a percentage.
It's like getting as many like indications on your side for the trade. Like, and more than one is great.
Yeah, exactly. The more the merrier.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And that's why there's such a high failure rate. You know, I know you heard people like, oh, 90% of traders fail. What they don't tell you is over 70% of traders are self-taught. So if you're self-taught, if you're trying to teach yourself something that you don't even know, of course the failure rate is going to be high. Go ahead and teach yourself how to do heart surgery. Guess what? You're going to have a lot of failed patients in front of you. I don't care what anybody says. You can't teach yourself something you don't know. People like to brag, oh, I'm self-taught. Oh, how long it take you to make a profit? Oh, only 3 years. What?
Yeah, you take too many losses. You learn it's taking too long.
Exactly. Like it took me 3 months to get my first payout, and it took me 6 months to start getting consistent. Month 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they started being consistent because I never said I'm going to teach myself this. I remember, I don't know what I downloaded. I downloaded one of these charts and I looked at it. I was like, yeah, I ain't about to do that. And I started Googling futures trading, futures courses. And I started finding courses like 5,000. Like one was set up like a college. It's like 5,000. You got to sit in the class and all this. I was like, 5,000. I don't know about that. But at the time I was doing options. So I understood the market. I just didn't understand trading futures quite yet. So I never tried to teach myself. You know, but that's why it didn't take me that long to start being profitable and being consistent. But I know if I would have tried to teach myself this, I probably would have gave up after 4 or 5 months.
Hey, Will, I appreciate you having me, man. You know, it was a struggle for me to get into this course, but I appreciate all your assistance. You know what I mean? No
problem.
But I feel exactly what you're saying, bro. I was sitting here trying to self-teach myself, you know, and you can see the amateurism, if that's even a word, right?
You're right.
Right. So some of the trades that I took, even on a trading view, the paper trade, man, I was like, dude, you need a mentor, you know, and it was a blessing that I stumbled upon your page, man. And so, you know, I'm in this for the long haul. So I appreciate you having me, bro.
I appreciate you as well, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have problems, just reach out. I'm a problem solver. Like, we gonna figure this out.
Sure.
Yeah, and everything's better. Everything's better as a team too. Your confidence level shoots up better.
Yeah,
when you're doing everything as a team.
And there's other students in here that you could reach out to that I'm pretty sure they would not mind helping if they can. You know,
I definitely will.
It's definitely a community type situation.
Yes, sir.
You know, and once again, guys, this may be the main source of income, but there's so many other things you can do and that I teach as well, so that you can make money outside of this. You could become an affiliate of any program that's out there, whether it's my course, whether it's Lilu, Take Profit, One Up Trader. And sometimes I'll ask, I'm like, anybody affiliate of blah blah blah, because I need y'all code. I be looking for discount because I can't use my own discount code. You know what I'm saying? You guys, Mrs. M, I'm like, Mrs. M, ain't you affiliate yet? Like, I need a code. So there's ways to supplement your trading. And that's why I have every student can be an affiliate, because I know once you start making money and being consistent, people are gonna ask, man, teach me, or who taught you how to do that? Hey man, here's my link. You get 20%. So if somebody uses your link to buy my course, you'll make $160 off of that. So it's just
sound like a win-win to me.
Yeah, and that's the whole purpose of it, because I want people to be able to make money, not just day trading, but whatever you want to learn. That's why I'm starting to put the loan process in there. I want to put the loan information in there to get business loans. And I already have the mini course of affiliate marketing with Amazon, and Amazon is really fun. Amazon affiliate marketing is not nearly as hard as y'all think it is. People shop on Amazon every day anyway.
Sure.
I might be like, man, where you get your screens from? Oh, Amazon. Here's my Amazon affiliate link. It's not going to charge them no more money than what Amazon going to charge anyway.
Right.
And then that coffee maker. You like that coffee maker? Yeah, here's my Amazon link, man. There's my coffee maker. They're going to click on that link. You don't even have to say necessarily it's my Amazon link. Hey, here's the link to that coffee maker you seen. They're going to click on the link. It's going to go straight to the coffee maker on Amazon. And if they add some K-cups to it, if they add a new coffee mug, you get a % of everything they add to that cart and buy. During COVID,
it's all under your link.
Huh?
It's all under your link.
Yeah, yep. It's all under the link. I have a whole course teaching you guys how to do that. During COVID was a blessing, because that's what I did during COVID. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I seen somebody had rubbing alcohol available, because that was scarce during COVID, I will put that in my Amazon store, and I did a post on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Hey, they got alcohol in this. Here's a link to rubbing alcohol if y'all need some. And I would literally be making $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month just off of my Amazon store. Because mind you, my job put me in part-time. My job that was a salary job put me in part-time during COVID, because it was either they put us all in part-time or they laid like 3 people off. And we was like, put us all in part-time. We don't want nobody to be laid off. But I still had to pay bills. Bills ain't care if I was laid off. So it was out of survival. I was like, how do I get some money real quick?
I know for myself, I'm waiting on next month, just in case the government shut down. Now I can
waiting
get
on it.
money in.
But you already get payouts now.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. It is literally recession proof. Because even during COVID, this market was moving and grooving during COVID. That's when I really locked into options and Forex and futures. The market was moving and grooving. And I didn't even notice that I was making half the money I was, because I made up for it and more by trading options and learning futures and Forex. So when I say it's recession proof, it's literally recession proof. Because when a recession happens, guess what? The market moves even more. They're like, oh, the market's going to crash. We day traders.
Hey,
let the market crash.
I promise you, and that's one of the reasons that prompted me to even start looking into day trading, because I needed something that's recession proof, bro.
Yep.
And so, World War III and all the fear mongering, and God forbid if it ever comes to that point, like you said, you're still able to make money, and you won't have to step outside your door or put yourself at risk in order to do so, man. And so, yeah, it was like a no.
Markets ain't going anywhere. Markets are not going anywhere.
100%.
In my 5 years of trading, they only turned the market off once.
And that was during
COVID. If it lose too much, they will turn it off. During COVID, they turned this thing smooth off. You couldn't place a trade or nothing.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. It was right around lunchtime. We was in there. I had put in an option, a put. That market was started falling. We was like, yo, it's still falling. And the next thing you know, the data just stopped moving. We was like, the heck?
They froze it.
They turned that mug off to the next day.
They did it here recently.
It was only like lunchtime.
That was that GameStop thing, I think. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
It was the GameStop. Yep.
Because I was in a trade. I was up like $2,000. I was like, and then it just zapped.
They turned that mug smooth off.
They did it here recently, like around Thanksgiving or Christmas. It was so much. It was a glitch, and there was a whole article saying that they had issues with their data. A lot of brokerage.
Yeah, there's always an issue with data.
Exactly.
That's the excuse.
We know what it was,
That
but I mean
quote
the market
Right.
has to drop a considerable amount, and the market's so high right now. We far from that. But that's why when people be trying to scare you and be like, "Oh, the market's gonna crash," as a day trader, that is a good that's music to my ears.
If it's
Honestly,
going to crash, make that money going down.
They
yep,
sell.
exactly. It's music to my ears. I don't want the market. I mean, of course, I don't want the market to crash because that means a lot of people are losing money. But guess
100%.
what? I be marketing every day. Come learn, come learn, come learn. And then when ish hit the fan, they're like, "Oh, I should have learned." Bro, I
Yeah.
don't know. I can't force you to do nothing.
Yeah.
And you're getting free money because trees are being pointed out.
Yeah. Yep.
And
I'm
that's
telling you,
what
is a great situation when you start learning how to do this and you become consistent. That's why I want y'all to become consistent and stop worrying about, oh, this dude made $1,000. This dude made 1,500. Okay, you will get there. Trust and believe me, you will get there. But you're not gonna get there today. You're not gonna get there by practicing for 2 days and thinking, okay, I can average $1,000 now. You're gonna get there. Don't worry about that. But the way to get there is the secret. No, a lot of people aren't telling you, oh, look, just try to get 100 to 200 a day. They're not telling you that. They're like, look, I 10x my money. Yeah, but you've been doing this for 8 years.
Yep. And
you know
what's
10x.
Hey, Will, that's the first live I ever seen you do. That's what you was talking about. You was referring to, and you was doing, how you break out the calculator. And that was my first time seeing you. And you was like, just, and you made it seem so attainable, And that's why I stayed, and I've been here this whole time. You got a lot of these guys on TikTok, and that's all they push. They push their courses. Another thing, they don't give you the insight that you give, in reference to like, all right, do these trades with me. They'll do it after they put their trades in, never live, which is, off-putting for me in the first place, and so, yeah, I just, I seen the way you did it, and it resonated with me, and so, $50 a day, $100 a day, just do a little bit, and it's about the practice. It's about getting the foundation down, so. And
it adds up really fast. Like it may seem slow in the beginning, but I think you've been here a month, 2 months, 3 months. You know what I'm saying? If you would have just did $100 a day, think about it. The first day you started clicking buttons, if you would have just focused on 100 to 200 a day, how far would you be now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, man, I've been doing this for 3 months, 6 months, 8 months. And I'm like, all right, well, what's your target per day? I'm trying to get 500. 500? You've never even got a payout yet. Why are you trying to get 500 a day?
Just started trading.
Most people don't make 500 a day at a 9 to 5. What make you think you're gonna be brand new in the market and get 500 a day?
They think it's gambling. They haven't done the research. You know what I'm saying?
Rolling dice, hoping to get it. Yeah, you could go to Vegas and make $1 million. What are the chances? 90% are gonna fail. But
Man,
that's what it is. It's not gambling. You are taking educated trades. You have a target, and you got to be calculated on these trades. The more calculated, sniper. When you just taking random trades because the market moves, that is a shotgun strategy. I'm just gonna shoot a shotgun and hope it works. Sniper is I'm gonna wait for it to get here. When it gets here and it lines up with this, this, and this, then I'm gonna take the trade. Sniper, boom, I get into the trade. You don't take that much heat either. You might take $100 heat, it turn around, make you $400 or $500. Once you start building that cushion, you'll start seeing it's a lot easier to make more money because you have a cushion. You're not worried about negative 400 because your account is up 10, 15,000.
Right. You can be more aggressive with your trade.
You can be more aggressive because you're educated. You took a good trade and you've been staring at these charts for months now. And that's why I wanted to go live and trade with you guys, because on TikTok, I can't necessarily coach per trade because I don't want to be giving away that much sauce. And TikTok, they will ban you if you keep showing your profits all the time.
Right.
You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? I've lost a whole account before and that's what they said. I'm enticing people, inducing I think they say inducing the trade. So which is saying you may be teaching the right thing, but you're making people think that it's easy. So you're inducing their trades. So TikTok don't like when you do that. But on Zoom, I can do whatever I want. I can walk you through a trade. And you see, I'm like, okay, market structure, don't just jump in, wait for it to bounce high. And then on the way down, you take the short. You know what I'm saying? I'll coach you on that. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to work. As long as you follow the rules, it's going to work. And you see my stepdad in there, he's like, do I short now? I'm like, no, you didn't miss the short. You know what I'm saying? You already missed it. It's gone now. Just because you have to get in at a certain point. And there's times where it might not pick you up. I call it didn't pick you up at the bus stop. That is okay. I just want you to have the discipline of waiting there. I know you be having an itchy finger like, oh, I want to jump in. Wait. If it don't pick you up, oh well. Wait for another opportunity. Look at the market, reassess. Okay, well, I'm a place a trade here then and see if it picked me up. It's okay if it don't pick you up.
All right, I got a quick question right here before it happens in the market.
Hold on. I had 2 people. Who's first?
Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
So before it happens on your chart in the market, there's that big green candle, that big bullish green.
Let me mark it. Which one you're looking at?
It's dang, I wish I could point it out. It's the one that bounced off the VWAP. It went all the way up. And it's
right here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This right here.
Now in the past I've seen where you said like stuff like that on other charts are like they form a gap that has to be filled.
Yes.
How do you read that on a 5-minute chart? Is it something similar? Like if it's a much larger push, is it something?
So this is the thing on the 5-minute, I do not pay attention. I don't really focus on gaps on the 5-minute. Okay. I focus on gaps on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Now, right here, this is a perfect example. Here, this is actually a gap right here on the 5-minute. Any gaps on the 5-minute, I'm not looking for a bounce. I'm looking for a fill. If I was going to take a trade on the 5-minute gap, I'm only going to trade the fill. So when it touched here, I would have busted short right there. I would have just took a short because the goal of the market is to fill this.
I got you.
On an hour or 4 hour chart, since is a bigger time frame, it's going to hit that level. It's going to bounce up a little bit, and then eventually it will fill it up. But the initial touch of it is going to bounce. If it's after 1, 2, 3, so ABC 1, 2, 3. Okay, now is a gap, and then as soon as it came back down to it on a 4 hour or 1 hour, it would have bounced back up. But on a 5-minute, it's going through it more than likely.
Okay, and then your general entry, you're looking maybe around where the close of the green is, kind of like
right here.
Yeah, so like that space in between the wick. Okay.
Yep. On the gaps, you count the wick. You count you can hover over it and go to the low. It'll be the low of that candle and the high of this candle. So it'd be it'd be the high and the low.
So you said if on a 5-minute FVG, if it touched that top portion, you sell it.
Yeah, I'd rather sell it because it's going down. Or what you can do, you can wait for it to close. You can wait for it to close on the other end, and on the way back up, you can take the short. You can do that too.
Okay.
But remember, it's a 5-minute chart. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be nearly as strong as a 1 hour or 4 hour.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm saying you can really take it, but I don't necessarily teach it.
I saw that yesterday, and I was like, that looks like that might fill, but I wasn't sure, so I left it alone.
Yeah, on a 5-minute, it's definitely going to fill. It don't normally bounce on a 5-minute.
I see a lot of fair value gap methods, and it's just now starting to be able to wrap my mind around them. You know, it's a few of them, and I just, I don't know. I don't really know how to determine when to get in and when to get out with FVGs.
Yeah, and so even though this is a 5-minute, I can show you. So, and it's also I have a whole video about fair value gaps. So let me zoom in so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so a fair value gap is right here. So we have A. This is A. This candle is B. This candle is C. Right? A. This is the high of A. This is the low of C. Well, that wick is the low of C. That right there is a gap. That is a fair value gap. This space right here in between. That's a fair value gap because A and C do not intersect. They don't touch.
Right.
You see every other candle, A, B, C, they all touch, right? This is a small gap. I wouldn't even count this little tiny thing right here. That ain't even enough. But if it's a considerable amount, meaning at least 4 points, I like it for it to be 4 points or more. So if it's at least 4 points, not ticks, but points. If it's at least 4 points, I'll count that as a gap. So that's a gap, A, B, and C. But I don't count it until I see 1, 2, and 3 don't dip back into it.
Okay. All right.
Now that's my way of trading them. Other people don't do it that way. Other people say fair value gap, I'm taking the bounce. This thing they think that very next candle gonna bounce and it normally goes straight through it. And they be like, oh, fair value gaps don't work. Yeah, because the way you trade them is stupid.
I followed the guy that was teaching it like tried it on paper trading, and I'm glad it was.
Nope, that's not how they work. And that is what I figured out. I was like, okay, ABC, 1, 2, 3, the Jackson 5.
Okay.
Think of Jackson 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3. After that third one closes and it didn't tap back down here, now it's a gap.
So that's part of your confirmation.
Yeah, that's my confirmations. And that's on a 1 hour or a 4 hour.
Okay.
If 3 close, guess what? It's gonna come down, it's gonna bounce up. Okay. Now the second time it touch it, then it might go ahead and start trying to go through it. But that first touch, is normally a smooth bounce. I say at least 80-90% of the time. Because nothing is 100% in here. I ain't gonna cap like that.
Of course not, yeah. And I was taking, and see, like you said, you said that fair value gap was too small. I was even marking those.
Yeah, no, I want marking little small ones. I like it to be a certain size first.
You said how many points?
I like it to be at least 3 points or more. Now, if you're on a bigger time frame, most gaps on a bigger time frame are way more than 4 points.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's generally how I do it. And see, 4 points is not even that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this one, that's just too little. But it also is a 5 minute. So on a 5 minute, you see, it was like, oh, there's a gap. They would try to take a bounce off of that gap and went straight through it. You know what I'm saying? It would have knocked your head smooth off.
All right.
So that's why I don't really use 5 minute gaps. 1 hour, if this was a 1 hour, that would have been a perfect gap. And you would notice it would have bounced off the top of that and went right back up. But
so
5 minute
minutes,
gaps, I'm looking for a short.
No gaps.
Yeah,
We're not
no
really
gaps.
not really looking at gaps, but you can maybe look for a fill if it's like weird.
If you want to trade a 5 minute gap, I will still wait for ABC 1, 2, 3. And then if it came back down there, I'm taking a short. If it goes down here, I'm shorting it and letting it keep going down. You see it filled it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect example. On a 5 minute, I'm not looking for no bounce.
All right, real quick. Marvin wrote in the chat that they're looking for how to get the LIS. That's a indicator.
Oh, how to get the LIS? Yeah. Hold on, I'll show you. Right in the Discord, go to bot resources. And if you scroll up, there's a VWAP right there. And here's the settings for opening price. And here's opening price. Download opening price is an indicator. Download it, add it to NinjaTrader, and punch in these settings. The 1605 candle. You see that? I put that line size, just the size of the line. If it's thicker or skinnier, that's the 3. 16 hour, 5 minutes. Event minute is 5 minutes. And the plot time is 24 hours. You want to extend it for 24 hours.
Where do you get the download from?
Discord. Go to Discord, bot resources. And it's right under bot. It's like 3 up. 1, 2, and then the third link up is opening price. Right below it is just the settings for opening price. But that's going to mark off your LIS every day. At 1605 is going to mark it for you.
Hey, can that line on the LIS be extended?
Yeah, I have it for 24 hours right here.
Okay.
You only need it for 24 hours because the next day a whole nother LIS is going to pop up.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
So pre-market trades when you make them and you haven't done your 8:30 or 9:30 mark-ins. Are you going from the previous day highs and lows?
Yeah, you could use the previous day. Even at night, you could use the previous day high and low, or opening. You could use the previous day open and close. People like to trade off of that too. There's still all those are support and resistance levels. Most traders, whether they like to admit it or not, most traders trade off of support and resistance. You might hear liquidity and all that other stuff. Yeah, a lot of my support and resistance levels will line right up with liquidity as well.
What is that though, man? Like, why do I see so many traders try to downplay support and resistance like it's baby food or something? And I don't understand it.
Well, because the thing is, when you're most institutional traders, meaning the people that work for corporations and companies, they don't necessarily trade support and resistance. They trade liquidity zones, right? So liquidity zones, you do tend to make more money off of liquidity zones. But when you're new to trading, you don't have the account size to sit in a zone. It's literally a blocked off area, and the market could go down at any point in that zone.
Okay.
So they technically make bigger moves when they finally decide to go down out that zone, but that zone can be $400 or $500 thick.
Okay. So it's for the exact same reason. It's support and resistance is the basics.
It's still based off of support and resistance. If you Google a stochastic differential equation, that's why a lot of institutional traders, a lot of people that work for companies have math degrees, because they have a mathematical equation that calculates support and resistance, trader behavior, and the news.
Okay.
They literally can calculate how traders react to certain levels. That's why when you see this market structure down, that's why I would tell you don't jump into this central pivot trade. Don't just jump right in, because everybody right now jumped right into that. Every trader in the world probably that didn't have a good instructor jumped right into that central pivot trade. And look, it kept going down, took all their little lunch money, and then on the way up, I would say now you buy. On the way up, you buy it instead of on the way down, because they tried to catch a falling knife and all got stabbed up. Because it knows that, watch this. When we go down here, all these people jumped in for a buy and they got smacked. And now it's going up. And we jumped into the trade on the way up because we trade in slightly different than the average trader. Because they know the math. They know how y'all gonna trade, what you're gonna do next. They know
there's a psychology aspect to it too, man, and I'm starting to understand. You almost got to think. You almost got to think about what everybody else thinking about. And be ahead, like 2 moves ahead.
Yep.
Yeah,
chestnut checkers.
And that's why I make money a lot faster than most people, because and look at it, it went back up. You could have made some bread on the way back up. See that? Don't just jump, central pivot, let me jump right in. Look at that market structure. You got 4 red just dropping. Do not just sit there and jump right into the central pivot. Wait for it to bounce down a little bit, and look at that. Divergence has stepped in the building. All right, on the way up, buy it. Money, done. You got to trade slightly different than the average trader, because they know mathematically, they know exactly what you're going to do. So you got to keep them guessing. And that's all that is. It's just mental.
You're right, D-Paul. It's definitely a game, man.
And look at it, still going up. All you had to do was wait. Now, if you had a nice cushion in your account, you could have took that central pivot and just waited for it to turn around. You know what I mean? But
I get what you said. You could have took that loss.
Yeah. I would have jumped in at the central pivot, because I have a 300K account. I have a 50K account that's at 72.
Right.
So I would have jumped right in there and just waited for it to come back up. But when you're new, you don't want to jump in there and take that risk, because you already sweating bullets as it's going down.
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait for it to go back up to the central pivot, then you would buy from there on the way up.
I got you.
And you look all that money you would have been making. Even though this is micros, it did the same thing in minis.
That's not at the bottom, that long stem.
Look, it did the same thing in minis. This is minis. from 7:10 all the way up to 7:31.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be your day right there.
So 7:10. That's 21 points, right? That's 21 points times 4 because there's 4 ticks in every point. That's 84 ticks. Times that by $5. That's $420.
That's your day.
You made by just waiting. Just wait. Let it go back up. On the way back up, okay, now you buy it. Boom, $420 done. And it's only 926. You times that by 20 trade days in a month, you make it $8,400 a month.
Yep.
Hey, Will,
Times
quick
that by
question.
12 months.
Go ahead.
One trade.
Boom.
The market ain't even open yet. You took one trade, you are done. You going golfing, you going to work, you going to the grocery store, wherever you want to go play some video games. I don't care.
Hey, Will, what's the Army slogan? You make more by 10 a.m. than most folks make all day?
Yeah. Once you get good at this, you really will. You know what I'm saying? I be on TikTok chilling because I want to, not because I have to. I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to learn how to get this bread. Is here. It's right here in your face, and it's not that hard if you practice. Because practice is not going to make you perfect. It just makes you consistent.
And that's what I told my wife, man, I'm not doing this for the money. You know, I don't got a lot of money, but I was never one of those people where monetary shit really moved me. I'm doing it for the freedom. You know, I can go to my son's games without having to ask my supervisor, yo, can I get off today and such and such and such. So the freedom that it brings, man, it got me excited, bro. It got me excited.
Yeah, the money is just the tool that you use for your freedom.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's it.
If you want to be real, you got to buy your freedom.
That's it.
Definitely
Get freedom papers.
No matter how you look at it, you got to buy
the papers. You're right.
We all have to work. We all have to bring in money.
Yeah,
okay? We all have to. You know, but there's no rule on how you have to make money, though.
Right.
It's just a thought process. We grew up thinking, I got to go get a job. I got to give up my time for money. But time is way valuable than money. Time is way more valuable.
Yep.
We got conditioned like that.
Yeah, your 40-hour work week. I mean, as I said, I before I had a course, I only traded from 9:30 to 10:30. I sat down about 9 o'clock. I say about 8:40, 9 o'clock. I sat down, marked up my chart, and I didn't trade pre-market. As soon as 9:30 hit, I waited for a couple minutes for it to calm down. I placed maybe 2-3 trades, made about $200-300, and I stopped.
Did you tell them you don't have to do only the morning?
Yeah. But you don't have to trade only the morning. That's just what I did when I first started. I just knew the morning. I knew New York. I waited. As soon as New York opened, I got my bread and I stopped. And matter of fact, once I quit my job, I still was doing that. Once I quit my career, I was still trading the same way because it helped me quit my career. I traded the same way. I copy trade 2-3 accounts, got 200-300. I stopped. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start trading different times until I had a course. But I got so bored, I got a part-time job after I quit my main job. Because I would trade by 10:30, I'll be done, and I'm like, okay. I didn't have a course. I didn't have a class, so I have nothing else to do. So I was like, I'm gonna give me a little part-time job. So I worked on the weekends. Stir crazy. I got bored. And then that's when I was like, I'm gonna create a course. And then when I created my course, that's when I quit the part-time job because that was only weekends, and I just did it because I was literally bored on the weekends. But during the week, I had my son, you know what I'm saying? And I was chilling with him all week. But once he went to school, he didn't care about me no more.
Hey, Will, can you copy trade evaluations?
Yep, you sure can. I use Replicanto. So this right here is Replicanto. You pick the instrument that you want to trade. You pick a leader account. You know what I'm saying? You just choose the lead account. And you can put the method on exact quantity. You can do pooled, available cat, whatever you want to use. I just use exact quantity. And all your accounts will be over here on the side. And you can just go down the line and click what account you want to trade.
Okay.
You know what
Another
I'm saying? And
thing,
you can also
tell
toggle
me
it
how to do
off. You
that.
could toggle it on.
Trailing
Huh?
like the order, like at the trailing stop loss. So when like at night, you can do the one. I can do the one micro.
Yeah, yeah. You can switch it to micros, and it's gonna be on exact quantity. So it's gonna follow whatever ATM strategy your main account, the lead account, is using.
Okay.
Because you're using exact quantity. Now, once you start messing with all these all mean something different. I don't mess with none of these. I just go exact quantity. So if I take one contract on this ATM strategy, all the accounts are going to follow that same ATM strategy. Now you can switch it up. You could use one of these to switch it up, and you could trade. Say you're trading NQ on one account, but you want to trade micros on another one. You could click micros or cross order. You could click cross order, and it will put these, whichever ones you click cross order, it'll put those in micros.
Okay. Another thing, you see this trade that you got on the computer. You see how it locked under the VWAP. I would get in on that trade.
Under here?
Yeah, you see how it locked under that VWAP line
See now,
right there?
this if when it closed below the VWAP, I would have liked
Yeah.
for it to pull back and take a short from the VWAP. It never got back up there.
So I went. So you saying don't take that trade then?
I mean, if you took this trade from here, you would have been risking that it going against you. But that's what I'm saying. When you start having a cushion in your account, you could have took that trade with no problem.
Oh, okay.
But
So
if you don't have cushion in your account, you don't want to take this trade and then it goes all the way back up here.
Right. So
the bigger cushion, you could take those trades that are farther away. You could have took it because it was close to it. That's close enough to where I would have took that on the 300K account. But I wouldn't have took it on the 50K.
Okay, yeah. So I'm on the 50K account. So it locked under the VWAP and then it went down and then came back up. So if it don't touch the VWAP again, don't take it.
Not on the
Since
50K,
only
I
got a
wouldn't.
50K.
Now, if you got a 50K that's at 60K, you got $10,000 cushion. Yeah, it's called front running. I would have front ran that market. Because think about it, from 735 to 740, that's only 5 points. That's small fries when you have a $10,000 cushion. Okay. So I would have jumped in that trade, took a little bit and risk a little bit of heat because I knew that's gonna go down.
So wait on it to hit the VWAP again, then go back down.
Yeah, I would have waited for on a smaller account. I would have waited to see if it picked me up. I would have put a resting order right there.
Order
and waited for it to pick me up. Or I would have put a resting order up here and I would have just hovered over it. And when it got there, I would have dropped it down on that. Dropped right on his head.
Okay.
There's several ways to take that trade. But you see how if you would have took a short right here, it bounced off the central pivot, came back up. And then it bounced off the central pivot again, came up a little bit, and then it went through the central pivot. It hesitated at the it hesitated at LIS, then came down to this level of the LIS, bounced back up. You know what I'm saying? So it bounced at every one of these levels before it continued down. So the overall move, yeah, if you could sit in the trade for 15 minutes, you made plenty money. But that's a skill that you acquire as you build a cushion. You'll notice, hey, I could stay in the trade 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a little bit longer and make more money.
Yeah, right now I ain't sent.
But yeah, but when you only got a 50K account, your goal is to make 100 to 200, get out and build that cushion.
Yeah.
So that you can take a trade and literally walk away. Okay. Just like that trade that I took in micros. You could have took a trade in micros and just walked off and just let it do its thing. Because micros is going to teach you how to be patient.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning now because I went to minis and I keep getting busted open.
So the way I practice is because I have more than one account, I'll trade my evals in minis. I'll trade minis. But in the morning, what I would do, in the morning, I would look at the market, say we're back here. So let's move it back. We're back here. I would say, okay, here's a couple levels. I'm going to take a resting order here. I would do on micros. Submitted. On micros, I would put a resting order here, 1 micro. And if the market comes up here, I'll just let it ride. I don't even look at it no more. I'll move this chart to the side somewhere. and I'll continue trading my day with my PAs or my evals, trading in queue, and then every once in a while I'll check because I know where I put the resting order at. If it's in a trade, I'll have my stop loss at 100 ticks or 120 ticks, because 120 ticks with 1 micro on NQ, you're only risking 50 to 60 bucks. That's really not that serious. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to build your patience of taking a trade and sitting in that trade and just watching it play out.
Okay. Another question. Say if I see something on NQ, can I make a trade on NQ and then jump into gold?
Yeah.
And make another trade?
Mm-hmm. You talking about on the same account?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could take a trade on NQ and take another trade, opposite trade on MNQ with the same account. You just can't take an NQ trade. You can't buy NQ and sell NQ on the same account.
Oh, but I can take it on NQ, MNQ,
and anything else.
gold,
MNQ, GC, MGC, ESZB. You just can't take a buy and a sell on the same account under the same indice. That's called hedging the market.
Oh, so I can trade on all of them. I ain't gonna do it. I just wanted to know. Can you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't want to do it that way, but you can take a trade on NQ. You can buy NQ and sell MNQ with the same account. That's not considered hedging the market, because one is mini, one is micro.
Oh, okay.
Now, do I recommend that? No, of course I don't.
No, I ain't gonna do it.
But you can legally, you can. They won't ding you for that.
Okay.
And there's times where I was waiting for a trade on NQ with account number 1, and I looked at GC and was like, "Ooh, GC's moving. Well, I'm gonna take the trade on account number 1 on GC. I'll make my money on GC, and by the time I go back to NQ, it finally got to that area in NQ and started making money also. You can do that.
Oh yeah, okay. Because I'll be seeing you be switching, and you'll go to gold and NQ. I'll be wondering if it's the same account.
But I've been doing it so long, it's like second nature.
Oh, okay.
The music too loud? I can barely hear it.
Hey, Sensei.
Yes.
Well, how did that work when you place a OCO order?
Let me see. What do you mean OCO?
Order cancel order.
So when you order cancel order, that's when it gets into a trade and it will literally cancel out the other one. You just have to change it, because the OCOs, if you have a buy and you put a sell, whichever one it hits is going to cancel out the other one. So you just have to change it from that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's the OCO works with. I use that when I trade overnight. So when I place an overnight trade, what I'll do, even if it's the same ATM strategy. So let's pick Trail Micro. So what I would do, what I use that on, I would say, okay, I want to put a resting order here.
Submitted. So
if the market come up here, I'm going to get a sell. And I'll say, okay, I'll go to an ATM strategy. It could be the same ATM strategy. I'll say, if the market comes down here, I'll buy
submitted.
So whichever one it hits first is going to cancel out the other one, because I don't want it to put me in a trade here, go all the way down, and then cancel the trade out for me. So I'll use that on an overnight trade. I'll place a trade in 2 different areas, and I'll go to sleep. Whichever one it hit first, go ahead and cancel out the other one.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
That's how I would use that one.
Order canceled.
That's for
Order
when you put in a trade and you ain't gonna be there to watch it. So, see that 100% chance of a long. Look at that. Now, when that super price predictor say 100% chance of long or short, hey, I'm listening. Because there's times where it say like a 70% chance and it is still going the opposite direction. But when that thing say 100, believe it.
You jump in right away if it says 100.
Sometimes, for the most part, yeah. But if it says 100, I wait for it to get to a level. Like when it said 100, I would have wait for it to get to the LIS and then took a long from the LIS. I still like to wait for a level, but when it says 100%, I'll believe it.
Okay.
But you see the very next candle now is pretty much 50-50. The very next candle, and I'm like, okay, let me go and get out that trade. Let me go and get on up out of that. But yeah, I definitely would. If it's a 100%, I'm jumping in. Also with time and sales, if you see a big order in time and sales, like what that last week, somebody put in a 400 contract, I don't care where it's at, I'm jumping in. Because I've tested it out too many times and it worked 90%, 95% of the time. If I see a big order, 100 or more contracts, it literally reacts immediately. Also, if I see a big trade going the opposite, I'm jumping out of that trade. But yeah, all these little things, it sounds like a lot of things, but once you get used to seeing them, it happens really fast. You know, but once again, that's why as traders, we have multiple screens. Because normally when I'm trading, I'll have time and sales on one screen, and I'll have my control center on another screen, and then I have all my charts on screens. So as you trade, you start doing more.
Out?
Go ahead.
So did you say after 100, losing 100, you hop out automatically?
If I lose $100?
Yeah, is that what you said?
No. I have a stop loss. I'll have a stop loss on my trades. I let it hit my stop loss. Yeah, I don't normally get out of trades before it hits my stop loss.
He was referring to the contracts. It was if you see
time and sales?
Yeah, time and sales.
Oh yeah, time and sales. If I see someone put in 100 or more contracts, if it's green, I'm buying right with them. If it's orange, I'm selling right with them. Because the thing is, so if a company is willing to do 100 contracts or more, they're manipulating the market. That ain't nothing but market manipulation. And the only reason why market manipulation is legal is because of time and sales. They have to show that they're doing that. Because it's hard to make money in an area that's manipulated heavily. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's hard to make money sports betting, because you don't know the manipulation behind sports betting.
But they show you all the time. It's in your face.
It's in your face. You just gotta know where to look.
Yeah. Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely manipulation. That's why they have the news. Why you think they got red folders and orange folders? They're like, hey, when that oil news come out, it's gonna be some manipulation. Because they all have quotas. They all have quotas to make. They all have investors. You have to make certain people happy. They not here to make y'all happy. They are here to make their investors happy, so they do what they got to do. We're just here to jump on the coattail. You know what I'm saying? You know how much money you got to have to do 400 contracts? That ain't no regular person. So, but as long as you understand where the manipulation is and how to find it, you'll make money every single day at any time of the day.
Hey,
that's my
where's
job to show you. Was that?
Where's that time and sales indicator, or I guess log sheet located?
Yeah, you just go to new
Okay.
time and sales.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't even set up my NinjaTrader. I scheduled my one-on-one with you, man, and hopefully you can help me get everything set up. Hopefully.
Yeah. We do all that in the one-on-one. I set it up, download the indicators you need to download, and at least the ones I use, you could keep them or not, but I download the ones that I use, the free ones. That way, when you do see me on TikTok Live or when we trade during the week, you can see the same exact thing I'm seeing. And of course, you can add your own indicators that you like. You can do whatever you want, but I at least set you up, how I'm set up, and you can choose to use them or not.
How long do your Saturday sessions, these practice courses, usually be?
Normally an hour. You know what I'm saying? We're about to head out in a little bit, but whatever we need to get y'all done, to be confident what's going on. And you can always look in the Discord. They're all recorded in the Discord.
Okay. Well, I'm about to get out of here, man. God bless y'all. Everybody have a good, safe day. All right.
For sure. Enjoy your day, man.
You too.
Anybody got any other questions?
I got one question. Can you make a new video of setting up our charts? Because on the video in the course, I don't think it has that white line. Some of those lines are not on the older video.
Okay,
So
yeah. Some of the stuff is
with all the-
newer.
Yeah, the levels.
Some of it is newer, but the reason for that is because I want beginners to learn the basics, and then you guys, when you join the Saturday and the Monday through Friday, like the LIS is more, the VWAP is more advanced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the course is for beginners, and then when you jump in here on Saturdays and trade with me, that's the more advanced strategies. But I add those when we do the one-on-ones.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to keep the course beginner level.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because this could be confusing. LIS and VWAP and all this bop bop doo bop.
Okay, so explain to me that white line again. I know you told me earlier.
Oh, that was just a daily level that I noticed. You don't normally see a white line on my chart.
Right.
It's just the only reason why I put that there because that was a daily triple threat right here. Those 5 candles going down. That was a daily triple threat. That doesn't happen that often because daily is so large. So I put that there just so you guys could see how it acted around it.
So the white line is at the top of the wick or at the top of the candle?
Candle. Top of this red candle right here.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so triple threats are always marked at the open of the candle, the first candle. So like right here is another triple threat on the daily.
Right.
So that was another strong level. You see it wicked. You see that long white wick. It wicked up to both of them, but you see it couldn't close above it.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you for explaining that again.
No problem at all. Did that close? Oh no, it didn't close as a doji. So yeah, there's another day. So daily triple threats and daily gaps, I don't normally mark them unless we're close to them. Like I have this one down here marked just so I know it's there. But yeah, anytime we're near a daily level, I will mark it, but it's very rare that we're near a daily level. All right, we have any other questions before we head out?
Yeah, I had to come back. I had a question for you, Will. The indicators, the price predictor, and then the divergence. Are they still on sale, or is that sale over with?
Well, the extra 20%. Okay, hold on, buddy. The extra 20% discount is gone. That was just for the end of the year. But I always have a 50% discount available.
Okay, good.
I'm an affiliate of Ninja Code Solutions. And guys, when you buy these indicators, you also can become an affiliate of them as well.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all knew that, but you can also become an affiliate as well.
All right, well, that'll be the next thing I'm working towards. All right, I'm going for it.
I'm all about being an affiliate because it's just money that you can make while you're trading as well. Remember, this is a wealth corner, not just trade corner.
Very good. All right, y'all.
All right, and you got everybody else good?
Could you show me how to get to the replica Flowbots? What it's called?
Flowbots. As far as buying it,
yeah.
Oh yeah. It should be on, I think it's Flowbots. Yeah, Flowbots there. This is right here, flowbots.ninja. I guess that's the website. Yeah, they must have recently changed it that .ninja. Everything's ninja. Ninja code, ninja trader, ninja. What is this ninja thing?
I wanted to let you know that my price predictor got fixed.
Oh, you fixed it?
Oh yeah, it got fixed.
Awesome.
I called up Ninja Trader and I was like, "How do I restart my my stuff?" He's like, "Just turn it off. Just log out and log back in." All right.
But yeah, on here, you just go to Replicanto. Just go to Replicanto, and you could type in Mr. H Trade because I'm an affiliate for them as well. It gets you 20% off.
Okay. So
don't get the $2.99 one unless you have multiple computers that you want to run the same thing on.
So which one should I get? The 99 one?
Just a single machine. If you only have one machine, just get the single machine. Lifetime, not the year.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, because you're gonna be paying more every year. But if you type Mr. H Trades, you'll get 20% off of that. Yeah, and I like that one. It works really good. I haven't had any issues. But try not to copy trade too many accounts at the same time. Only copy trade like 2 to 3 accounts at once.
Well, does it start messing up after that?
Yeah, because it's a third party indicator used on a third party app. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Yeah,
I lost 6 PAs in one day because of trying to copy trade all of them. I don't want you making the same mistake because that tore me up.
Oh, and I was wanting to tell that guy that he did the first initial setup with you. It's like meeting a bunch of people at once. Unless you already know what the stuff is, you're gonna want to get the video of that.
Yeah. Of course. Look at that bounce. I just noticed that 100% chance of a short. Look at that drop. From the overnight high, it just said sayonara. Look at that big movement. Lord have mercy. Did we catch any of that trade Friday, or were we done already? That's nice. All right, so we have any other questions? Everybody good?
All good.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys Sunday night when I go TikTok, or Monday when we go live.
All right.
All right, Coach. See you guys later.
Have a good rest of your weekend.
Y'all too.
Bye.